Kazakhstan has chosen the multi-vector integration. Its trends, collisions and prospects are coming up in the Single Market program.
Hello, my name is Pavel Koktышев and you're watching Single Market. Last year on the World Environmental Performance Index, Finland was rated first in terms of its environmental friendliness. This rating takes into account 22 factors, including criteria such as countering climate change, the practice of economic activities, and the level of their impact on the environment. How does Finland manage to comply with the principles of a green economy, and why do the Finns believe that their national pavilion at the International Expo exhibition in Astana will be one of the most interesting? Anarta Stanbekova brings us the report. A country of thousands of lakes, northern lights, and the home of Santa Claus. This lyrical image of Finland is symbolically reflected in the white and blue colors of the national flag. By the way, this color combination was proposed to be used by the famous Finnish poet Sakarius Topelius back in the 19th century. This is how he explained this choice: blue for the blue lakes and white for the snowy fields. One way or another, Finland today is a country the economy of which is friendly to the environment. Among its positive aspects, as noted by international organizations, agencies and ratings, there are Finland's stable adherence to principles of green economy, care in the use of resources, and high level of preschool education. From a very young age, Finland's children are inculcated a passion for knowledge and are taught to understand the laws of nature. That is why everyone in Finland knows how mineral resources are extracted, how do forests serve the planet, what is the greenhouse effect, and which measures the country is implementing to reduce the level of CO2 emissions. At the moment, our demand for coal is low, around 8% of the total portfolio of energy resources. We're gradually replacing coal with biofuel, timber, and renewable energy sources. At the same time, the approach to the use of coal is quite pragmatic. Finland is not planning to completely stop using this type of fuel. Coal will be used in the steel casting sector, which is considered to be one of the leading in Finland's industry. We're going to stop using coal only in the energy sector. In addition, we're going to keep reserves of it for emergency situations. The Finns have the same rational approach to oil resources which the country imports. Finland has made a commitment to reduce by half their use by 2030. Once again, we're talking about reducing the share of oil in the energy sector, but not in the industrial sector. For example, we procure oil from other countries in order to process it and produce polymer materials and then export them. By the way, petrol is quite expensive here, approximately €1.5 per liter. More often, Finns fuel their vehicle with biofuel, gas or electric energy. According to energy market experts, in 13 years, at least 250,000 electric cars will be driven on the roads of Finland. Finland's system of heating buildings, industrial structures and residential houses also deserves attention. The heating networks work here according to the principle of the less the losses, the higher the energy efficiency. That is why Finland has one of the lowest heat energy tariffs in Europe. Finland's systems of centralized heating are characterized by very high key indicators. These include a very low level of heat losses from 6 to 9%. If we compare this with other countries, for example countries with transition economies, then we can know that there this indicator is from 15 to 40%. Этот показатель с другими странами, например, странами с переходной экономикой, то мы можем отметить, что там этот показатель составляет от 15 и до 40%. A special source of pride for the Finns is the drinking water. The water from the tap is so clean that bottled water is almost not used in the country. A large Finnish company, Kemira, specializes in the municipal and industrial purification of water. It is engaged in the purification of wastewaters, restoration of lakes, processing and disinfection of water, including rain and meltwater. By the way, the technology of the Kemira company is being used to purify water in Astana. One of the special aspects of Finland's economy is the renewable mode of production. The approach of not producing any waste and channeling everything towards secondary processing is accepted as a rule here. Starting this year, Finland has prohibited the dumping of wastes. Already today, 80% of used paper and carton is recycled, and a large share of industrial and household wastes are used for the generation of energy. Finland is planning to present its best practices in efficient use of energy and resources at the International Expo exhibition in Astana. The theme of Expo 2017 is future energy, or clean energy, and Finland is particularly strong in this sphere. I hope that our knowledge and experience will help Finnish companies realize joint projects in Kazakhstan. For example, with the use of our latest technological developments, we could modernize Kazakhstan's power stations.
Perinteisesti yksi maailman vahvimmista ja uskoisin, että tällä puolella me voisimme yhdessä löytää enemmän hankkeita, joissa kazakstanilaisia.
Trade and economic cooperation between Kazakhstan and Finland is currently at the level of a status quo. Our country sells coal and metal and imports machine building equipment and chemical products. The level of Finland's investments into Kazakhstan is growing. 70 of the country's companies operate with the use of the capital attracted from Finland.
Tiny extent, in a various one on your slide seems to be more resilient.
For example, today, everyone across the world knows about the products of the company Tikkurila, which is a market leader in the premium class segment in the production and export of paint and varnish products. At this warehouse alone of the head enterprise of Tikkurila in Helsinki, up to 6 million liters of paint are stored. The storage period of one can is 3 years. But what is surprising is that the products never are kept here for too long. The high quality of Tikkurila's paints promotes demand for them all across the world. In 2015, with the help of investments of this company into Kazakhstan, a paint and varnish plant was opened in the Almaty region. There is a sense of pride here for the fact that the enterprise complies with the principles of green economy. If you enter the enterprise right now, you will not see a single sewage outlet where wastes could be dumped, or any kind of wastes. Also, all the dust is collected using special equipment. In this way, we do not pollute the air or the soil. According to the final results of 2015, the Finnish company was noted as one of the best investors in Kazakhstan for this project. Tikkurila, together with other Finnish companies, will present its best innovative developments in the spheres of resource conservation and environmental protection at the Expo exhibition in Astana. I can confidently state that our companies are quite interested in Kazakhstan's market. At the moment, we are studying it in great detail and can see that the country's industry is developing. In addition, Kazakhstan, thanks to its transit zone geographic position, has great potential for the export of goods across the territory of entire Central Asia. From June to September of this year, Kazakhstan will be the first country from the post-Soviet space to host an Expo exhibition. And on December 6th, Finland will celebrate the 100-year anniversary of its independence. Therefore, 2017 is a symbolic year for both countries. And this is an additional reason for closer cooperation between Kazakhstan and Finland. Anarta Stambekova, Helsinki, Almaty, exclusively for Single Market.
Специально для программы «Рынок без границ».
Сегодня мы живем в эпоху, когда определение...
Today we live in an era when the term smart is used to not just describe people. It is already becoming common to deem us smart houses, technologies, and finally entire cities and communities. By the way, there is a competition unfolding across the world for the right to become part of the list of the smartest cities. Who is who in this rating? And what cities of the Eurasian Economic Union will have the chance of finding themselves among smart cities? Alexander Galeev brings us the Navigator report. Among the awards for the smartest communities, the Intelligent Community Awards especially stands out. Annually, 21 smart cities compete for this award. At some point in time, among its recipients, there was Stockholm, New York, Singapore, Glasgow, and Toronto. This year, this rating will be symbolic for the countries of the Eurasian Economic Union. This is because at the same time, two cities that are part of the Eurasian Integration Project, Moscow and Astana, made it to the list of smart cities. In the rating Smart 2017, the results of which will be announced in June of this year, Russia's capital can expect to reach at least 4th place, because Moscow already made it to the semi-finals. And so, which of its achievements were noted by experts? Russia's capital has 26 technology parks. They have more than 1,300 high-tech companies. In addition, the city has 46 youth art centers. There's another factor which experts compiling the rating paid attention to. In terms of the number of free Wi-Fi hotspots, in 2015 Moscow was rated 2nd in the world. Every day 2.5 million passengers connect to the internet in Moscow's metro. In addition, another 85,000 users connect in other public places.
У Астаны, по сравнению с Москвой, место в рейтинге умных городов будет...
Astana, in comparison with Moscow, will have a more modest position in the rating of smart cities. But the fact that the world's youngest capital made it to the list is already quite good. The experts compiling the rating paid attention to the fact that Kazakhstan's capital has public broadband 10 megabyte Wi-Fi internet, which covers 26 public zones. Monthly, up to 500,000 users access it. In addition, some of the public buses provide free access to Wi-Fi.
Кроме того, бесплатным Wi-Fi оснащены некоторые маршруты городских автобусов.
Experts of the Intelligent Community Award noted the great number of universities in Kazakhstan's capital and the Balashak educational program, which gives talented youth an opportunity to continue their studies abroad. Also, projects that are being realized within the framework of the Astana Smart City concept can be added to the list of achievements of Kazakhstan's capital. And instead of a summary, what will the rating of Intelligent Community Awards pay attention to tomorrow? This is a rhetorical question, but one thing is clear today. Our country is on the right path. The country's president has announced a new program of technological development. The digital economy is allocated a key role in it. Therefore, in the future, Kazakhstan and its capital will have additional arguments in its favor in the competition for the title of a smart community. That's all for me. My name is Alexander Galiev. Until next time on Single Market.
Рынок без границ.
According to experts' forecasts, by 2020, cargo transport between China and Europe will reach 170 million tons, and in a monetary equivalent, the trade volume will reach $1.2 trillion. This dynamic, together with the prospects of a shift of the center of global production towards the Asian continent, shows that in today's world, a new configuration of transport corridors is being established. That is why Kazakhstan's positioning as a Eurasian transport and logistics hub is fully justified. Oleg Boldarev visited the place where a zone of the most contemporary logistical solutions is being created. It is difficult to believe that at some point in time sand dunes reigned on this territory. But this is exactly what it looked like in 2011 at the moment when the country's president was signing a decree on the creation of a special economic zone, Horgos Eastern Gates. After just 5 years, the most powerful transport and logistics hub in Central Asia was built here, which facilitates the efficient movement of goods along the world's most prospective land-based route, China-Europe. The total area of the special economic zone Horgos Eastern Gates is more than 4,500 hectares. This huge territory is divided into 3 parts: an industrial zone, logistics complex, and a dry port. This dry port, with which the realization of this project started, today is the key element of the special economic zone. The purpose of this dry port is a functional transshipment of container trains. On the territory of the dry port, we have 2 identical warehouses, one with a wide rail gauge, another with a narrow rail gauge. Their territories are 5,000 square meters. In addition, we have 700 square meters of refrigerated warehouses. This way, the intake, sending off of containers, sorting and cargo storage takes place. Depending on the warehouse needs, cargo passes through scanning, weighing, packaging and insurance. And finally, one of the most important functions of the dry port is transshipment of containers from China's trains to Kazakhstan's. In Kazakhstan and the CIS, the width of the rail gauge is 1,520 millimeters, and in China and the countries of the European Union, 1,435 millimeters. But this difference does not impede the active movement of cargo across the territory of the dry port, because containers can be moved from one rail gauge to another. This is the process that we're observing at the moment. The daily production capacity of the dry port is 5,000 20-foot equivalent units, or in more simple words, 4 trains. This lifting equipment, which looks like a bridge, is the attribute of all ports, dry and sea. As a result, the traveling bridges move along the tracks set up on a concrete surface roads. And this makes the movement of containers across the territory of the port more convenient, safe and efficient. Today on the territory of the port there are 7 functioning traveling bridges. 4 of them are pneumatic-tired mobile cranes and 3 are railroad cranes. In addition, 3 reach stackers are used for the operative transshipment. These are special machines for the loading and unloading of containers. The time required for the transshipment of one train is 50 minutes, processing at least 41 minutes in the case of a 40-pound container. And the processing of the entire train, taking into account which station, delivery and cleaning of the train, takes around 3 hours. 90% of all transshipment which is realized on the territory of the dry port is done using 40-foot containers. They are also called sea containers.
Морской транспортный контейнер.
Sea transport container. This definition does not mean that it is used just for sea transport. Today, these types of containers are also used for transport along land-based railway lines. Thanks to their reliability, durability, universality, and simplicity of design, the sea container has attained the reputation of an optimal means for transporting all types of goods, from vegetables to auto vehicles. Today, it is more advantageous for the client to pay for one 40-pound container than for 2 20-pound containers transported along the railroad. The size is bigger, everything can fit, than in 2 20-pounders. Aside from regular 40-pound containers, refrigerated containers are used here, which have a diesel-based generator. It helps maintain a temperature in the range of -30 to +30 degrees Celsius. The refrigerated containers are used mostly for the transport of pharmaceutical and food products. A number of contractor companies operate on the territory of the Special Economic Zone Horgos Eastern Gates. The range of their activities is quite diverse. Some companies are responsible for the technical functioning of the infrastructure, others for cargo transport, and together they form the single transport and logistics organism. An entire IT consortium of Kazakhstan's partners, Dubai Port World, operates here, a company which is the operator of the dry port and is responsible for the integration of this entirety into the seaport of Aktau. By the way, DP World is considered to be one of the largest port operators in the world. Its head office is located in Dubai, in the United Arab Emirates.
We have been working with our brothers in Kazakhstan in basically looking at the logistics. Logistics is very important, and His Excellency the President concept of reviving the old Silk Road is a very important concept and a big project. When you talk about Kharguz is a very interesting location because it is on the border with China. We believe that it has a great future.
With the help of an intelligent computer system, all the processes taking place on the territory of the dry port are monitored, from transshipment of containers to the movement of people. All the information is delivered to the monitoring center, which is sort of the brain of the port.
So we are able to get all the information centralized at one place where the people 24/7 will get engaged and able to perform the duty so that the security aspect of our sales will be handled very efficiently.
The monitoring system implemented at the dry port Horgos Gateway allows to not just track and analyze the ongoing processes, but also on the basis of the reports, work on mistakes. And because the volume of cargo turnover at the southern intersecting point of the roads of China and Kazakhstan will be increasing every year, this is a very important factor for the development of this infrastructural project. Oleg Boldarev, Bahashan Bakhriyev, exclusively for Single Market. That's all for today. My name is Pavел Koktышев. Kind reminder, all the episodes of our program are available on www.kazakh-tv.kz. Until next time on Single Market.